Coast, Finger Lakes region, New York State, just north of Cayuga and Seneca Lakes. It's a cool, crispy December morning here, and as you can see, we've got snow on the ground. Today's little quick discussion or rant or whatever it's about working from home. As probably almost everybody knows that's watching this video, back in 2020 when COVID really ramped up in the United States, one of the things that started happening was people started working remotely, those that could. The non-essential employees were, either working from home or they, maybe had to be laid off for a period of time. I know where I work, they sent us all home for several weeks, and those of us that could work remotely were able to do so, but then they brought us all back, at least all the people in my particular location. But so many people remained working remotely that I think it's becoming a problem. I think that there are so many people out there now who do whatever it is they do, from their homes, that it's just creating a bad environment, especially for the younger generation of people coming up. We need to get people to work. You need to get your ass out of bed, shit, shower and shave, get in the car, go to work. And I think it's going to become a big problem here in the near future, because I do believe, and it makes sense to me, that these up and coming younger people are going to look for jobs that they can do remotely. I understand that. I understand that that's what they see as being the best option, but we, as the right now the generation that's kind of running the show and putting all these things together, we need to change this shit. We need to get people the fuck up out of bed and to work. This shit where you call somebody at 11 o'clock in the morning, during your shift, because if you work a 9-to-5 job, you call somebody, and of course they don't answer the fucking phone, leave a voicemail, you don't hear from 8 o'clock that night, the phone rings. It's whoever the hell it was you called. Like, asshole, I worked all fucking day. I'm home now. It's 8 o'clock. I'm with my family. I'm eating dinner. I'm in the shower. Whatever. I'm, at the fucking movies. I don't know. But this person will call you because at 11 o'clock, when you called him, even though he's on the fucking clock that day, he's out golfing. He's out, fucking around, cutting his grass. He's gone to a doctor's appointment. And I'm not saying that shit doesn't have to happen. If you got a doctor's appointment, I get it. Most doctors aren't going to have you go to them at 9 o'clock at night, so if you got to step away at 11 o'clock, you need to do that. But if this was a one-time deal, I wouldn't be bitching about it. It's often. And you get these guys and or gals, whoever, and they just make their own hours, and they've got no accountability. I'll admit, when I was working from home, I went outside. I went down and got the mail, took the dog out once in a while, but I was always available, and I was always doing, if I had a call come in, and I answered that call. If I had an email, I answered that email. If I had a meeting to jump on, a Zoom meeting or something, I was on it. And if I did have a doctor's appointment, I was conscientious enough. I treated it like I was at work. I call my boss and say, hey, I need to step away for 2 hours. I have a doctor's appointment. I'll use my time. And, kind of what brought this up to me recently was the Zoom meeting I was on a couple weeks ago where one of the people was on. It was saying how he's got all this time to use. He's got so much time to use by the end of the year because he's got it all saved. Right? Because you fucking work from home every day. So, you might not start till noon on Tuesday because you slept in or you went car shopping or some fucking thing. So you didn't have to use any time. So you work 2 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. You woke up at midnight to, go get a fucking drink, and you say, oh, fuck it, I'm not tired. I'm going to do some emails right now. And if you're doing your 8 hours worth of work or whatever, I don't care about that. It's the accountability and teaching the next generation of people that you need to get your ass out of bed, come to fucking work, do like your parents did and your grandparents, and get out there. Because I'll tell you what, boys and girls, the farmers and the contractors and the doctors, they can't work from home. Because if the farmers and shit start working from home, we're going to fucking starve. So we need to build some goddamn sensibility and some responsibility into our younger people so that they see that, okay, I'm expected to get up and go to work, because that's what my parents did with me. I got my ass up and went to work. I've been doing it ever since. So anyway, that's that. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I'll be doing 1 or 2 of these a week. Plus I do reviews of various things on my channel. Give yourselves a great day.